your boy, Mr. Jyree. If you're new to the Lions, then welcome. If you're not new, then you already know what's going on. Listen, Lions, I still have not got up yet. I'm in the bed, but even though I'm laying down, there's still work that needs to be done. We are 9 days away from Ain't No Lover Boy FR, and this, y'all, listen, y'all. Oh my God. Listen, y'all. Listen. This year has been one of the hardest years of my life. This year has really broke me down. You know what I mean? But it broke me down and it prepared me for greater. Because, this year, unlike any other year, I have managed to obtain the greatest heights of my career thus far. I feel like I've accomplished so much career-wise. It's like my personal life went to shit, you know? Even my financial life went to shit, but it's all being built back up because of my career. You know what I mean? It's all being built back up because of my work. So, yeah. I feel like because it's not even I feel, and I'm trying my fucking hardest to stop saying that shit. People, it's so many people in the world who are going through so many different things, and I don't know. I just feel as though because, not I feel, I go again. It's so many different people in the world who are going through so many different things, and because of how I carry myself, and because of how I come off, some people genuinely feel that as though when I say things like I've been down and out, or I struggled, or this and that it was not on the level at which it was on. You know what I mean? I just know that there are people out there who are trying to get to know me, supporters who are trying to get to know me, and I'm just firm on letting people know who I am. And it's baffling, not even baffling, but it's because of how well I wear it. It's because of how well I wear it. Most people, when they hear me speak or they talk to me or whatever, they be like, oh, he not going through anything, or he not, da-da-da. But it's just all about how I carry myself and all about how I move. I was one of those people and still am one of those people that even with nothing, I look like I have everything. And stuff like that, people could become very jealous of. People can become very, very jealous of you when you have a natural je ne sais quoi that they wish, and they wonder why it's not them. And who are you to have that? And I don't have it. So just because of how I come off, because of my nature, because of my authoritative tone, or whatever may have you, people feel as though, oh, he's not, because I've been through so much my whole life, but just this year in general, people feel as though he's fluff or he's bullshit, and it's not true, and that's completely false. I feel as though it takes a strong person to not wear their grief, their trauma, their finances, whatever it may be, on their shoulder. It takes a very strong individual. Everybody should know and doesn't have to know everything that you go through. But that doesn't mean that I should feel the need to, that doesn't mean that I should feel the need to hide it or, not really tap into it. But I'm just very reluctant to show people my struggles. It's like I don't know how to walk around and not carry myself in this way. Even when it comes down to like me joking and stuff, because of my presumably people perceive me to be so serious and stuff. Like when I make a joke and stuff, they're like, oh, it's like, no, bro, this is me. This is me. You can't be so rigid in your nature. I'm not rigid in my nature. I switch it up. I change it up. As far as, when it's time, when I'm with my friends, when I'm with my, professional. And I can't help but sit here and think about just, damn, if I wasn't, and it's like, I'm grateful to be me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so grateful to be me. But I can only think about if I wasn't me, if I was in societal standpoint of what things should look like, how much further I would be. Excuse me, my phone is laying beside me, so it's sliding. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Matthew, ¿cómo estás? How you say un poco es mejor. Un poco es mejor. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel as though that I shouldn't it's just a double standard when it comes to me. It's very much so a double standard when it comes to me. It's really as though people can, but I can't. And it's not like that overtly, but it's just as though like people want to keep me in this box. Like, for instance, because I come off so like, well, I'm like naturally like macho. I won't say I'm naturally macho, but like I'm naturally just like you know, and let's say for instance if I'm talking to my niece or something, I'm like, yeah, baby girl, you're doing so good. Da da da. Or or just if I fluctuate, it's like people are like, oh, wait, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Or it's just like I don't know, bro. It's like I know, but I don't know. I've been going through this shit my whole life. That it's like people want to give me my props, but they only want to give me my props on the level they want to give me on. It's like they see I'm a star, but I don't know. I don't know. And it's not even necessarily people. It's really just more so where I've come from. Because even though I've moved to the city now, I grew up in the country, so life growing up in the country versus living in the city. Now in the city, people, I'm Mason Jyree, but it's so many other people around me. People don't, eyes aren't all on me. When you grew up in a small town, everybody has such an opinion about you because they ain't got nothing else going on. They ain't got nothing else going on. And I want people to really know the people who were raised in a small town, our story matters just as much as a hoe who was born in Atlanta. Y'all feel like when somebody bring up their past or bring up where they from, and because it's a small town, it has no notoriety. That's where all the notoriety lies at, baby. That's where all the notoriety lies at. We so caught up in, we not even go down that road right now. Back to what I was saying. It's just a double standard when it comes to me. I feel as though that certain people see certain people do certain things, or like for instance how I get on here and I just talk and I say certain words that are like, listen y'all, this is what I really know. Y'all do not want to hear no presumably corny shit from me, and it's just from me, you know what I'm saying, just from me. Like I guess it's just because of how I come off, my tone of voice. When I get to saying shit, they be motivational and shit, like people be like, oh, this nigga, oh nah, he on it. Or when I get to just saying certain stuff, it's like nah. I know what my alliance want for me, and I know what, my people want for me, but I have to stay true to myself. You can't just look at and I only can speak from my perspective, I don't give a damn, a young black man and try to put us all in the box. We're the most oppressed person in society. So if you don't get it, you just won't get it. But you can't just look at me and say, because I'm from the upstate of South Carolina, because I grew up in the hood, that I'm a hood nigga. You know what I mean? You can't sit up here and say that, oh, because this where you come from, you only can be like this. It's like even like where I'm from and stuff, even like how you do your skincare routine and stuff like that. People just have this certain idea of what they want a black man to be, and that is dingy, below the barrel, not chasing his dreams, out here living reckless, hella baby mamas, selling drugs, just different stuff like that. And you won't get it if you've never seen it, like, or if you haven't lived through it. It's hard pushing, going towards professionalism, especially in the music industry, or, unless you just want to be a sellout rapper. It's hard to be a pop star and look like me. It's hard to be a pop star and to look like I'm from the west side of Atlanta. Like it's hard. And if you hear the volume like going in and out, going up and down, it's because I'm talking straight, but the phone is beside me, so I'm turning to the side at some points. It's hard, and it's not that it's impossible, but it's just that I told y'all, like, we've never had anybody to do superstar like this. We've never had anybody to do it like this. But when it come down to it, I'm gonna always be me. I'm not gonna ever be one of those celebrities, one of those singers that the public is gonna say something that's gonna shake me up or change me. It will never happen like that. I'm never gonna be one of those people that people, I let people's opinions get me out of my body or change who I am. But I can't notice the fact of the societal things in front of me now. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If you're not in this boat, you just might not get it. But if you're short, y'all know, let's be for real. Let's be for real. Society's idea of who a sexy man is a tall. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm fit. I don't think it. Listen, I'm not saying. I'm just saying this for representation because I've been there. You get what I'm saying? I've been there, and that's why I'm bringing this up. That's why I'm bringing it up. All right, representation is very much so important. It's important for young black boys and black men to see a black man like myself. So with that being said, society's expectations, and if you don't get it, you don't. Let's just start with color. Fair-skinned people are more accepted than darker people. All right. I'm not just dark. I'm caramel. I'm medium. I'm mocha. But at the end of the day, I'm still darker than the average light person. Taller men are more, just from a societal social standpoint, are more wanted than a shorter man. All right. So those two things against me. All right. I'm short. I'm 5'10". I'm the average height for a man, and I'm brown. I'm brown skinned. All right. Now let's take it back a couple. Take it back. I'm short. I'm brown skinned. I got a gap. I'm short. I'm brown skinned. I got a gap. All right. No, no hablo español. No hablo español. Un poco español. Un poco español. Yeah. But let's just break it down. We got, I'm short. And of course, I've transformed since back then, but I only can speak because it's still short, fat, black men with the gap out here who people are telling them you're never going to be shit. You're ugly. You're not good enough. You're not this. You're not that. That's why. That's why. And y'all are going to hear it. Y'all are going to hear it. We're not going to sit up here and lie as though we're not going to sit up here and lie as though lighter skinned people are not treated better in society. And I ain't just no black person saying it. We're not going to sit up here and say fat people aren't shamed. We're not going to sit up here and say that short men are not accepted. We're not going to sit up here and say that people with a gap are overly loved, or a gap are overly loved. Those are 4 things that went against me, all right? 4 things. It's never going to be a double standard for me versus everybody else. It's never. So we're going to nip this in the bud right now today. You ain't seen no pop star like this. Now you have. The best you will ever come across. Keep it hot. Keep it spicy, Lions. Stay safe outside the den. I will see you soon, and abon toi.